as we rise into the Commonwealth. We join again with Fallout 4. And this time we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. We are, in fact, going to be doing a no healing run. Hooray! Hooray! With a little bit of adjustment exception and a few other things that I'm going to cover here in part 0. This is, yes, indeed, part 0 of the Fallout no healing. And I say part 0 for a couple of reasons. First, I'm not yet confident that I can beat this game start to finish with no issue. In fact, I expect there to be much issue. So this part 0 will just serve as the introduction and the rules in case I inevitably fuck something up, die, or something like that, and then ultimately have to restart. That way, part 0 will stand as it'll always be the same rules, and then I don't have to record this speaking the rules 8,000 times. So, no healing. As we discovered, or as I have discovered in some of my messing about and playing Fallout, there's a couple of things to note about the healing system. First and foremost, you might notice, first, we're at full health. 110 health out of 110, and we are at 0 rads. We made it through the vault without any issue and exited, so I've got a save here. That'll be a good starting point. It's not going to be our original starting point, though. Every time if we screw up, we're going to go back to a save that I've got, or that I'll make, I should say, in a little bit here, after we get to Sanctuary and get everything kind of started there. It'll be the equivalent of we've just walked out of the vault, walked down, and entered Sanctuary. From there, we'll go. Now, in terms of the actual rules themselves for no healing, couple of things. First and foremost, every time you level up, you fully heal. It doesn't, I mean, it gives you a bonus health, but it does not actually like just add the health like it does in earlier Fallout games. Like Fallout 3, we got 10 HP every time we leveled up, nice and easy. Other issues. Radiation is unavoidable in the game. It's not like we can just kind of avoid it and be like, oh no, we took some radiation. That's a real problem. Especially when we do things like we go to the glowing sea. That's gonna cripple our ability to play the game, essentially. And because it eats away at permanent health, that could also pose another major potential problem. Nevertheless, we're going to essentially set up the rules to be this. In data, in perks? No. In data, stats. We have got food eaten, stim packs taken, rad-away taken. Those 3 things are going to be the critical things of no healing. We're also not going to... we're not going to sleep if we can avoid it. There might be occasions where we need to sleep to pass time, but I'll try to use a chair for that instead. Nevertheless, limbs automatically regenerate in this game. That's part of the base game, so we're going to leave limbs crippled, or we're not going to worry about trying to keep limbs crippled if they get crippled. Difference from Fallout 3. Health regenerates in this game. I don't know how fast it regenerates, though. That's something we're going to learn together. And so we're going to learn how, as it regenerates, what happens. There is, of course, the perk, Lifegiver, which, if we go slowly regenerate lost health. That's at level 20. So if we're not regenerating life by level 20, if there's no like base regeneration, we will avoid that perk. We won't take that perk. If there is, however, a base regeneration, then we will take. We're not going to lock that perk behind ourselves. And I will confirm what the expectation is in another part, in a separate part, where I just take some damage and then sit and wait like 48 hours or a week and see if it heals me at all. Anyway, so that's health. Health, we are gonna, any damage we take, if we're not naturally healing it off, then it's on us. Except for the fact that when we level up, it fully heals us. And there's no consistent way to drop our health lower. So, that means we are going to essentially set ourselves up in a way that no healing means no healing on the fly. Kind of like a no items run in Pokemon. We're just going to set ourselves so that if we level up and it heals us, that's outside of our control. That's totally fine. That's a game mechanic that we can rely on. If other than that, we can avoid every other kind of healing, and then we're good to go. In terms of oh, I like the song. Sorry, I got distracted. In terms of radiation, we're not going to remove rads via rad-away. We won't be able to remove it on the fly. Which means when we do go to the glowing sea, the rads we eat while we're there, they're going to stick with us while we're there. Using a doctor, however, I'm going to permit for this. This isn't going to be my official no healing run, no impossible world standard sort of thing that I normally would do. So we're going to allow ourselves a doctor for radiation and radiation only. Every time we do that, however, I'm going to figure out what a reasonable punishment, I don't want to say, or consequence, I should say, is. On virtue of the fact that in survival mode, you basically, if you heal, or pardon me, if you use a doctor or a rad-away or anything like that, there are consequences, and the consequences usually something to the effect of you've got immunosuppressed, which means you're more likely to get sick and diseased, and then all sorts of other issues. So I don't know what limitations we're going to put on Raz. No, he's just going to chill around there. So what limitations we're going to put on that. But we will put some limitations on it, and I'll figure that out in a separate thing. But either way, we're not going to use rad-away, so that's that. Last but not least, in terms of, so we've got crippled legs, we've got that'll heal themselves. We'll figure out if natural healing is okay or not. In fact, you know what we might do? Because I've got the save, let's go try something. Hello, yes. Beat me up, please. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, good enough. Alright, so we've got a little bit of radiation, we've got a little bit of health loss. So let's wander over here and ignore Codsworth for a second. And let's sit on the couch. And let's wait. Now let's wait 24 hours. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, though, we gotta... Stupid of us. We gotta figure out what our health is. 89. Okay, perfect. So if it goes up at all in this 24 hours, then we know we've got natural healing. Radiation is going to be the... I want to make radiation... I don't think the game is beatable if we don't allow radiation healing, but I don't know. Also, I guess I should touch on it since I mentioned it. Let's wait another 24 hours just in case the healing is really slow or something like that. Survival mode doesn't work because survivor mode is just extremely difficult, but not for a no healing run. It's extremely difficult for a manage all the shit you have to do in addition to your health and everything else. Like, oh, make sure you eat, make sure you're drinking. I don't want to play this like a sim. I'm not interested in that. Okay, so no healing after 2 days. I'm thinking that we don't allow natural healing then. I'm going to wait 3 more days. So, we're going to just beat this guy on normal instead of survival. Survival, I've messed around with it, and it doesn't add enough to the game. It's not interesting or fun enough to be like, okay, it's been 8 hours, now let's go to bed. Like, fuck, I want to be the invincible tank of all time when I'm playing video games. I don't want to be like, oh, well, then now I should go and eat, and next I should file my taxes, and blah, 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 blah. That's boring. So, survival mode out. We're going to play on normal. In terms of quests to do, Fallout 3 has specific quests, and we completed all of them. Fallout 4 has infinite quests, because the side quest system that it's got set up can generate an infinite number of quests for settlements. Each settlement can go under attack, each settlement can have a kidnapping, each settlement can have an area that wants cleared out, each settlement can have one other side quest that I can't remember off the top of my head. But since there's no ability to complete all of the quests, we can't use that as our benchmark. So I think what we want to do is we want to complete all of the mainline quests. And we have no natural healing. Okay, so that establishes that. No natural healing. But what? Let's do one other thing here. 110, our endurance is 6. So if I surmise correctly, and yeah. Okay, yeah, you're still here. Blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. If I am
doesn't matter.
Accurate,
Codsworth, you're acting
on my guess, it will not only fully heal us, but it'll add 6 HP.
Stay with me
to us.
Thank you, Codsworth.
And if that is accurate,
You're welcome.
There we go.
Now, enough feeling sorry for myself.
Let's quickly blow through this.
So soon? Was it something I said?
Come on, asshole.
Hey, Codsworth.
Mum, just tending the garden, Mum. Though it is hard to be a green thumb when you lack the requisite digit, I'm afraid.
Okay. I just want quick
Codsworth.
experience.
Right? He's... Sean's been...
Yeah.
Cod...
Yeah, no, you're depressed. I get it. Stay with me. I don't know what the fuck, why sometimes the dialogue just gives up. Yes.
Alright.
There, go. So anyway, we'll take some, we've taken some damage. Let's level up really quickly, and then from there, we'll see what happens to our health. Oh, jeez, he just fucking mangled that thing. Sensors are picking up another house, eh? Alright, come on. Come on. Slowpoke. So what I'm going to do in between parts, and the save that I have planned, is I'm going to scrap everything in this area and get us kind of set up. we go.
Mom. Family isn't
Okay.
Codsworth.
Mom. Sir and young Sean.
Yeah, I know they're not here.
They aren't here.
Thanks for trying, Codsworth.
Is
Can't
it?
give up, Mom.
Okay, thanks, Codsworth.
Thanks for your help.
Good. I shall remain here and secure the home.
All right. So, as I was saying, what I'm going to do, I'm going to scrap everything in here and set this up with a kind of nice little sanctuary. Haha, no pun intended. The reason we're going to do that is we're going to set it up as if we were walking out of the vault and going straight to Megaton, which is, you know, Fallout 3. You have that sanctuary right there. You can do a lot of quests to get some very easy XP, and then you're not quite in such a problem state. It gives you 2 or 3 levels right out the gate, which is nice, and that's, I think, how we're going to handle this. Let's meet up with Dog Meat. Where are you? Yeah, hello.
Hey, boy. What are you doing out here all by yourself?
Let's
You
go.
want to come with me, pal?
Clipping on the hair, that's unfortunate.
Okay, then. Let's stick together.
Let's wander over here, open this door. That'll spawn the mole rats. You did? No, you didn't. You lying son of a bitch. Alright, let's go in the house. Let's maybe push this button. Come on, mole rats. I should be able to level up off of you. You gotta go in the back here. Come on. All ratties, where are you? Come out to play. Aha, there we go. So. Take out these mole rats. Just so that we could get the level up and we'll know exactly. That's all of them. Ah, not enough yet, eh? Okay, alright. Well, let's book it on over to Concord then. That should give us, enough XP as soon as we discover it. And booyah. Alright. Level up. So, health went up by 5 instead of 6, which is... I'm not sure the math on that. I don't know how that works. But as you can see, it does full heal us. So, with all of that considered, then we have our official rule list. We are not allowed to take any perk that gives us natural healing over time, because there is no base natural healing over time. We are allowed to have our health refilled when it is generated, when we level up. We are not allowed to eat, sleep, or use chems that will heal us in any way, shape, or form. Includes drinking water and all the other fun stuff. Radiation that affects us stays, and is subject. That rule is subject to some sort of difficulty rule where maybe every time we get our radiation removed, we have to up the difficulty of the game. That might be a really fair way of doing it. And so that is our no healing run. When we come back, part 0, I will have gone through... and cleared out Sanctuary. After that... we'll be a little bit leveled up. My boy's gun here is just going off. Blah, 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 blah. Unless this is... Anyway, when we come back, we will be in part 2. Or part 1, the official start. Fuck you, buddy. And then we will start in earnest. So, let's see you there.